And it just started a little over an hour ago, but people are bringing their lawn chairs, sitting around, just coming back after work. And I'm right in front of the mobile command center. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of commotion, but we're not even close to the home. By the Potomac River in Williamsport, and the water is just a few feet deep. But officials say by Thursday, the water can reach 32 feet deep, which is well above flood stage. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Anandarochita. A Frederick woman had to be flown to the hospital. This event has been in the works for weeks now, and it's to not only teach kids about rugby, but also teamwork and discipline. Virginia will receive the federal assistance it requested as the state tries to recover from Hurricane Irene.
Riding around looking for her again on 522.
They spent hours making calls.
It's terrible.
After Dory White's mother, Marlene Ellison, never returned to her Needmore home more than a day ago.
We don't know. We've thought of every scenario that we can possibly think of.
But instead of the happy reunion they imagined, their reality was this. This 74-year-old woman was found next to her car along Lincoln Way West in McConnellsburg, 15 minutes away from her house. She was seriously injured. People that lived close by did not want to go on camera, but did say they found car tracks along the grass and followed it to see the car down the embankment behind all of the trees. About an hour later, she died at Fulton County Medical Center with her family by her side. Now her family is left piecing together what happened. They say Ellison suffered from mild Alzheimer's. They believe she may have taken out her car and forgot where she was going. They reported her missing when Ellison didn't pick up her cell phone.
She had not. She had not talked about going anywhere. So we just don't know.
Even though this tragedy has many unanswered questions, one thing is clear. The grandmother of 12 will be missed by those who knew her.
The best mom. She's always been family oriented, and anytime anybody needed anything, you could always go to her.
In Fulton County, Anandarochita, WHAG News. This community is cleaning up after what they described as chaos that ripped through their neighborhood.
My husband heard a lot of noise, and all of a sudden the house started to shake.
Andrea Wright lives in Mogginsville, right off of Bluebell Drive. She immediately left work after her husband said a tornado hit their home. She came home to this, parts of her roof damaged, her mailbox missing, and tree branches that she's never seen near her home. Have you ever seen anything like this happen?
No, no, only on TV.
Thelma Martin, who lives a few houses down from Wright, considers herself lucky. There was no damage to her home, but a camper did roll onto her front yard. But even though these neighbors are still picking up the pieces, they say they are more grateful than sad.
The only thing I was concerned about were that my husband was okay. I have two daughters that live in surrounding areas. I was really worried about them. And everybody is fine. Everything else, things can be replaced. People can't.
I spoke to another family a few blocks away whose camper flipped over and the inside destroyed. They had planned a vacation for next week, but they said that might not happen. While the waters of the Potomac might seem calm for now, the more rain means more danger.
Excited and worried. There's a lot of people that live down here by the water, so concerned about them and their belongings.
I'm standing by the Potomac River in Williamsport, and the water is just a few feet deep. But officials say by Thursday, the water can reach 32 feet deep, which is well above flood stage, covering the parking lot. According to Washington County Emergency Services, some areas will see some flooding and some people will lose power. To prepare, county officials implemented a basic emergency operations plan days before. Different sectors of the county have tasks to make sure the public is safe and aware. Some of this include emergency communications, adding more staff, public works to place signs on roads that are prone to flooding, and for fire and rescue services to be prepared for any water rescues. Not only does the county prepare, but the residents are encouraged to do so too, such as having extra batteries and food prepared if the power goes out.
They need to stay away from some historical areas that flood, so they need to they need to plan for alternative routes. They need to, and again, stay out of the water.
Some of those historical areas include rivers and streams like the Potomac River and Antietam Creek. Washington County Special Operations Team, who help conduct water rescues, also encourage people to stay safe on the roads. They say even a foot of water can move cars.
They need to be cautious that the water is up as high as it is. It hides a lot of the areas behind of me, so whether it's manholes, trees, stumps, they can be caught in areas.
Being prepared as the water continues to rise. In Williamsport, Ananda Rochita, WHAG News.